Hey everybody, Shoebox Legends here. Thanks for joining me today for another Peeps Wax Pack rip. That is right, got another Peeps Wax Pack ready to go here. The red edition, as you can see, and wanted to get to this one because recently got a pair of these from Peeps and only opened the first one in that video and saved this one for a follow-up. Which is what we're doing today. But before we get into the second pack, I want to address an oversight on my part when I opened the first pack. So in the background here, we've got a 53 Topps Bob Boyd. On the left, it's a high number rookie card, the former Negro League player, and just a fantastic, it was the highlight of the first Peeps Wax Pack and has sort of reinvigorated my desire to complete the 53 Topps baseball release, but I failed to notice that right before that card in the Peeps Wax Pack was the oil can Boyd 84 Donruss that you see next to Bob, and a fantastic card in its own right. Love 84 Donruss. It's a top 5 set of the 80s for me. Love Red Sox cards, love oil can Boyd cards that actually have the oil can nickname on them. So I think I focused on all that and I failed to notice the connection. And it turns out Oil Can Boyd is, I believe, a nephew of Bob Boyd. So there was a nice family tie in that first Peeps Wax Pack that I neglected to notice or mention at the time of shooting that video. So with that out of the way, just kind of getting into some of the reasoning why that first Wax Pack was even cooler, let's go ahead and open this second one now. As with the first in this particular shipment, it does feel like there's a top loader at the back of this, so maybe we've got a hit in here, similar to that 53 Bob Boyd, I'm not sure. As I say, every time I open one of these, I just have to commend Peeps for the awesome job that he does with the artwork on these, but also the seal. These are sealed very well to where they do not come apart in the mail, and you can really kind of handle them without any breaking, but at the same time, when you want to open the pack and you pull the seal, it really does break apart cleanly, just like an authentic Topps wax pack from like the 70s or 80s would have back in the day. So I feel like I say it every time, but quality work, Peeps, on the wrapper game. I love the wax packs. I do keep the wrappers along with all of my other YouTube notes and things like that, and just get a kick out of those. In case you've missed any previous episodes, it does warn on the wrapper that they are not for consumption in any way. So you should not be consuming the wrapper if you are fortunate enough to receive a Peeps Wax Pack. And with that out of the way, let's get into the cards. And it looks like we're going to at least partially have another vintage edition here. So the other one that came in this package was loaded with vintage Red Sox, and we are off to the same start here with a 63 Chet Nichols. This is a card I can tell instantly just by sight that I have never owned in my collecting life, and I have been making an effort to try to polish off some of these vintage team sets with respect to the Red Sox collection. So that Chet Nichols is an absolute winner. Here's a look at the back. Just vintage baseball cards can't be beat. I love modern and I love shine, and I really love all cards where I seem to be able to find something to like about almost every card, but at the end of the day, vintage is where it's at. So continuing on, we've got a Alex Verdugo opening day. He's got the like Italian colors on his glove there, which is pretty funny. He's a definite personality, and a random Alex Verdugo thing. I don't know if anyone caught this, but recently saw a Sunday night baseball game between the Red Sox and Yankees. Had never seen this in my life, but the announcers were interviewing Alex Verdugo in front of a national audience during gameplay. So he's on a mic out in left field in front of the Green Monster at Fenway Park, just playing the outfield as he simultaneously talks to a national audience. And I don't know how I felt about that. Kind of bothered me a little bit. I think the athletes should be left to focus on the game while they're actually playing it. You know, it's one thing to interview a coach or a manager coming out of a commercial break or something, but not sure I like the precedent of interviewing athletes while they're trying to do their thing. I mean, are we going to mic someone up while they're at bat next and start asking them questions as the pitches are coming in? Where do you draw the line? But anyway, I sound like a grumpy old man, so let's get back to the Peeps Wax Pack here. Here's a beautiful 64 Topps Roman Mejias. And I can say everything about this one that I could about that Chet Nichols that led off the pack. Just beautiful. I don't know where you got this quality vintage at that you have to send out to folks, Peeps, but very, very impressed with the vintage content in these latest 2 packs. Here's a nice sticker. So Peeps is always good for these. He loves like his stickers and oddballs and panini things. This looks like maybe a Topps Peachy sticker from the 80s. Is that Tony Perez? Tony Armas. That was close. And that is a 84 Topps sticker, it looks like. So love that for the Red Sox collection. Speaking of which, here's a AAA card. The Pawtucket Red Sox from my home state of Rhode Island. Sadly, they are no longer a team. The AAA franchise for the Red Sox is now in Worcester, Mass. Has moved out of the state of Rhode Island after decades, so that was a little bit rough, but love that card. Here's a beautiful Johnny Pesky. It's a little hard to see his name in foil on the right there, but I can tell by the photo that is Pesky all day long, and this is from the Ted Williams set that came out in the early to mid-90s, but beautiful colorized photo there of a guy who's a very, very underrated Red Sox personality. He was fantastic as a player for the team. Whoa, and he stuck around for a long time, even when his playing days were over, and was generally just, beloved by all the fans. So I'm going to learn my lesson and just put that one down for now. And we'll get back into the pack here. Saw 1 or 2 of these in the last pack, and it looks like we have one here, or a couple here. More set needs towards my Topps Heritage set build from last year. Made the incredibly foolish decision. I sort of knew, even as I was making it, that I was going to regret it, to try to complete the 2021 Heritage set based on the 72 Topps design. I love the cards, but as anyone who's tried to do this knows, Topps Heritage is brutal when it comes to the short prints. I've had a lot of help from very generous folks here on YouTube, especially in the early days of my channel when I was doing more videos on this set. Had a lot of people send me short prints and cards out of the blue, and I'm still only about halfway through the checklist, and maybe about halfway through the short prints as well. But the cards that were in the last Peeps pack from this set were indeed all needs off of my checklist, so I'm pretty confident that Evan Longoria, Miles Straw, Jose Peraza, and John Means are likewise going to be additions to that set. So that is wonderful. Really appreciate any help I can get with Topps Heritage. Here is a cool, this looks like a gum-stained 1980 Topps Fred Lynn. Very appropriate, as I just showed the Ricky Henderson rookie card from this set as my Big Fish card of the month for July. But here is Fred Lynn. He is sprinting in from the outfield, presumably at the end of a half inning. And it looks at some point like there was a stick of gum maybe going right over his person on this 80 Topps card. I don't know, or maybe that's some other type of printing defect, but either way, cool Lynn there. Very good player for quite a while. Here's one that I love. This is from the 1994 Topps Finest set, and Topps Finest was just amazing in the early 90s as a kid. This stuff was like $5 a pack or $6 a pack at the hobby store. Everybody was chasing those, 1 per box refractor cards, which are still, so popular. And here's a nice base Phil Plantier. And this is cool because I actually have a complete 93 Finest set, the first year they produced it, base set. Don't obviously have a complete refractor set, although I do have a few. But I don't have a lot of 94 Finest like this. So this is actually perfect and will go right into my collection as a type card for 94 Finest. And of course, Plantier spent some time with the Red Sox as well, which I feel like is maybe why this ended up in the pack, which is great. And then we close it out with the hit, and oh boy, is this a nice one. We had a decoy card here that was blocking it, so I wouldn't be spoiled when I first opened the pack, but check out this addition to the Bogarts collection. I don't know what this parallel is called. It's tough to keep up, but I'm gonna venture a guess at like pink speckled foil, something like that. But this is from 2021 Topps Chrome. Look at this Xander. Do not have this card. I don't recognize this parallel at all, but I absolutely love it. I say speckled because this looks very similar to some speckled rainbow foil parallels that I've collected on the hockey side of the house, but it's got a pink tone to the border as well. I love the fielding image on this 2021 Topps issue for Bogarts. And, you got the green monster in the background. I've shown other versions of this card, even in recent episodes, but this is a new one for me, and this is just spectacular. And check it out. It is also serial numbered out of 350 copies on the back. So what an awesome addition to the Xander collection. This is going right into the Xander Z Folio, and I have to be just so close now to being able to show that Z Folio off to all of you in a video. And I'm one card closer now, thanks to the generosity of my hobby friend Peeps. So huge thanks again, Josh. I truly, truly appreciate it. I don't take for granted that I'm fortunate enough to be the recipient of a Peeps wax pack on occasion. As we've seen here today, they are absolutely chock full of PC hits. You've really outdone yourself with these two. I mean, the Bob Boyd and the Xander Bogaerts cards alone that are bookending this shot really just blew me out of the water and are perfect fits for my style of collecting. So thank you, sir. And to everybody else, I appreciate you stopping by to check out the Peeps Wax Pack. And I'll be back in the very near future with some more sports card content. Until then, take care.